Well, good afternoon. Today is October the 27th, and we can't wait to be with you today for staff chat. We thought it would be fun to dress up and have a virtual costume party today. So we have not seen each other, and we are going to do that all together, and we are so excited that you have joined us. All right, everybody, turn your cameras on. Oh my goodness. Look at Dave. Yo, this is awesome. Margaret, where are you? Margaret, fantastic. Everybody's unmuted. Hey, friends.
Everybody, happy Halloween.
Oh, how cute. Look, John Daniels. Look at Dave.
Very hard to understand me if I talk, so I'm just going to be quiet.
Oh, Gavin, I see a theme going
That's
on
awesome.
here. Chewy, you're looking good. Oh, he doesn't talk. Okay. That's hilarious. Becca, you look great. Okay, friends, I am going to put us on speaker view. So that way when you come up, you can tell who you are, how you picked your costume, and maybe something fun you enjoy about this season of dressing up. All right. Is everybody back? All right. Who wants to go first?
Today I'm dressed as an Atlanta Brave. I wore the little A hat because they were unable to capitalize on their recent bid to enter into the World Series. So I'm very disappointed, and you probably can't see my tears, but I'm really crying real tears. Always had the best costumes because, you know, I like to sew. So I would make them elaborate costumes every year, and then we would come to Neowalla, which is Halloween spelled backwards, and always have a big time and win lots of cakes at the cakewalk. And then they'd probably go home and trick or treat a little bit.
That's great.
We always had a good time. We always had friendly costumes like clowns and pirates and princesses. We never did scary stuff.
That's great. Love your costume.
Thank
All
you.
right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. I'm the Cat in the Hat.
Ah,
And I know Jim Everett recognizes this costume because, believe it or not, Jim Everett has worn this costume before. He was kind enough to be Cat in the Hat on Dr. Seuss Day for us and come read at preschool. So chose it because it was easy. So anyway. And probably one of my favorite things about Halloween was I loved when my children were little, dressing them alike. It was so much fun. I mean, dressing them as, like, one year they were Ariel and Flounder, they were Raggedy Ann and Andy, they were Woody and Jessie. And so I just always had so much fun. I usually did homemade costumes as well, like Margaret. And so that was just the highlight, just having fun with them and choosing what they were going to be until they got old enough that I couldn't choose anymore. So
Anyway, I'm Tony Romo with Dallas Cowboys. See my big number 9. He's on the booth right now, but he was one of the superstar Dallas Cowboys of years of yore. I've spent most of my Halloweens at First Baptist Church Halloween carnivals, actually, over at least 30 years worth of them. And but when I was growing up, it was all about the candy for us. It was going out and getting bags of candy and just enjoying that. We had 4 boys in our family, so we did not really dress up really frilly too much. We were always either ninjas or hobos or something real simple, and just to get out on the streets. So we enjoyed Halloween a lot, though, and I've enjoyed it every year.
that's great. What's your grandson going to be this year?
I think he's going to be a parrot. He's got a baby shark. Connie's working on it. He is going to come visit us. I'm going to go pick him up Thursday, and he's going to come and play Halloween with us.
Oh, that's great, Don.
Maybe I better explain my outfit. This is Jim Baldwin behind all this. We have lots of costumes at our house. Suitcases full. And our grandchildren love nothing more than to go through the costumes and dress each other up. But their favorite is to dress me up, right? And their favorite character is to dress me up as Madame Pusita. And this is pretty much the basic Madame Pusita outfit. complete with the glove and the ring and the pom-pom and the whole thing. So last Halloween, we went to Virginia to go trick-or-treating with our son's daughters. And we got there and they asked if we were going to go trick-or-treating with them. And we said, no, we're too old for that. We're not going to do that. And then I went to the car and pulled out the suitcase that has all their costume outfit. It had Madame Pusita in it, and then also had a man's outfit for Enan, complete with a Stetson hat and a beard. And so she was my escort, and we walked around with the girls all over town. The good news is, in Culpeper, Virginia, nobody knew who we were. This may be a little different now, being on video for all the First Baptist folks to see. So happy Halloween.
Jim, that is awesome. Okay, I've got a feeling Madame Pusita has an accent or a voice that you're not using. What is it?
No, actually, Madame Pusita's never taken on any persona other than the outfit here.
Well,
So
looking good.
outfit just has to do the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, I had no idea what I was going to do, and I was struggling. And I went into my closet, and this thing was just there, and it's full length. I mean, I've got the whole, and so I have to thank Don Vegas for it. My very first year on staff here, we were still having the Halloween thing, and so I went and got this for that about 6 years ago, and just luckily still happened to have it. And so here I am. I'm just a minion on the staff, just one of the regular people. And probably one of my favorite memories was when we were taking Jay out trick-or-treating as a little kid. It may have been his first or second time, and he didn't say a whole lot at age. And so getting him to say anything was really hard. So we had knocked on the door, and they'd put some candy in his pumpkin. And I looked down at it and I said, Jay, what do you say? And he didn't say anything. And of course, I wanted him to say thank you. And I looked at him again and I said, Jay, what do you say? And he looked up at the lady and he said, I want more. And so
That's great.
instead of thank you, that became his slogan. So everywhere he went, once one handful went in, he asked for another handful. And he did really good that Halloween.
It's a good sharing, huh?
As you can see, they don't let the bearded lady out of the cage very often. But I got out today, and yeah, you're just a good old bearded lady. But anyway, when you have a daughter who went to school for makeup artistry, her dream is to dress her dad up as a woman, I guess. So this is how this all came about. Got me a nice wig. She even did my eyelashes here. I don't know if you can see them there, but we got full-on eyelashes and eyeliner. And if you saw the Facebook post earlier, I lost one set of eyebrows and got new ones. But anyway, one of my favorite things to do, and I think even John Kimbrough was a part of it, is we typically do what's known as Uncle Dave's Haunted Hayride. We have a large family, and all the kids are kind of close together as far as age. So I'd take my big 8x10 trailer and load it up with hay, and I wire up a fog machine and everything to it. And I get all the kids in the back of the truck, and we just go around trick-or-treating because they were so small and not all of them could walk. So we had lights and fog machine, and it was a pretty good treat. But I've done that since
Uh-oh.
I enjoys it, but they're all grown up now.
I always love seeing those pictures. Dave, you look amazing. Your nose is so chiseled. Everything looks good.
I go next. So I went up to the mountains last weekend, and a lot of people in blowing rock and stuff. And we want to get off the parkway, ride out in the country a little bit. We saw a lot of folks that looked just like me. I was down around Plumtree. I went down to visit some of Jessica Condry's folk, and saw people standing by the road. They was all holding shotguns and whatnot. I started to bring mine along today. I asked the fella, I said, what y'all doing? He said, we're hunting. What you hunting? He said, bear. I said, what? He said, bear. I went ahead and put myself in drive and drove on all quick as I could. But here I got on my overalls and whatnot. And, yep, just comfortable stuff. Y'all don't see it. I Just like in mountain folk, I ain't got nothing on under my overalls. They out hanging on the trees out back because Mama washed them last night. I'll be cleaned up though this afternoon when I'm ready to preach my sermon for Sunday morning. I was thinking about wearing this same outfit, but I'm not sure that the sermon and the outfit go together. When I was a youngster, we used to get out, me and my brother, and we did a whole lot more tricks than we did getting treats. I remember the year we thought we'd played the trick on some boys, and a little bit they caught up with us. One of them asked my brother, said, "Let me look and see what you got in that bag." And when he reached down in the bag, he dropped a cherry bomb in there. It blew the bottom out of my brother's bag. He took off running. Them boys picked up all his candy and they went on back to their house. That year, we got the trick pulled on us.
Well, I am My Little Pony Rainbow Dash.
Oh,
Tail here, and this is a costume that my sister asked to my kids a few weeks ago, and I was like, "It's nothing. That's for me." So, yeah, no, growing up, I think all we cared about at Halloween was candy, but we always wanted to be whatever costume would let us wear tons of makeup and costume jewelry. And so my mom had this like jewelry box filled with like just things we considered like treasures, and we would just layer it on and just have gobs of makeup and go out and just whatever. But I remember as a college freshman, I sewed 5 princess dresses for my friends in my dorm room, and we went as Cinderella and Snow White and Jasmine and all the Disney princesses in these very elaborate costumes that we sewed. So lots of dressing up.
So I am Chewie. This is Steven underneath the mask. And you wouldn't guess, but Chewbacca is actually 234 years old. So I gained a couple years in the past couple of days. But yeah, so the story, I'll tell the story of this costume and then a story from my childhood. But the story of the costume is that my older brother was going to the North Carolina Museum of Art for a Star Wars celebration. And he invited me to go along, and he specifically asked me to come as Chewie because whenever Anna and I finally get a dog, we're going to name it Chewbacca Bacon, and then it'll be named Chewie Bacon for short, which is just going to be wonderful. So Chewie has always been my favorite Star Wars character. And then from my childhood, I think y'all know that I'm a twin, and my mom always enjoyed dressing us up with coordinated costumes and everything. And the one that I remember the most is when she wanted us, the whole family, to be the Wizard of Oz. And so, like, my dad was the Scarecrow, and my older brother was the Tin Man, and my twin was the Cowardly Lion. And they only had one male part left, and that was Toto. And so my mom dressed me up as Toto for Halloween. So for some reason, I'm always very furry creatures whenever I dress up for Halloween.
I made this costume like when I was in college, and I've never really bothered to make another costume. So we didn't really celebrate Halloween in my house, but what we do was we went to the fall festival at church every year, and got to dress up to do that and everything. And we had a bunch of rides, like carnival rides and stuff. So that's kind of the way it worked. And we had, trunk or treat at our church as well. And so we did that every year, went around and went to people's trunks and loaded up on candy. And then when I got old enough and had my own car, then I got to decorate my trunk. And that's kind of the way we did it. Do you guys want to see my sweet lightsaber moves now?
yes, show us.
Practice these. Okay, watch me make a fool of myself though. All right, are you ready? Here we go. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh no, it died. Oh no. Here we go. Okay, all right, here we go.
Job.
Oh, I got it.
Whoa.
I figured that out.
Good job. Chewie's cheering you on by there. Woo!
Let's hear from Vader now.
So I picked, can you hear me decently? Yeah. I picked Darth Vader because everybody thinks he's a bad guy, but I think he just wanted to be able to see better, and his mask is frustrating. So he's not as bad as you think he is. But if you actually do pay attention to the story, he's actually not the worst person in the world, and he becomes a better person at the end. So it kind of gives me this hope that not everybody's, I mean, everyone still has a chance to come to the right side. Maybe to turn from their dark ways and to become who God has created them to be. Growing up, I just enjoyed hanging out with my friends on Halloween. And yes, we were kind of like Jim, and we would probably cause more tricks and treats, but it was kind of fun dressing up and goofing off. I had a friend that would do this incredibly elaborate haunted house at his house, and his dad would always be this mad person with a chainsaw. He'd taken the chain off, of course. They would scare the whole neighborhood, and I mean, it was kind of fun to go around there and goof off with my friends and scare folks. But also, just handing out candy was kind of fun because you got to see all the little princesses and the little ninja turtles and all that stuff. It's just kind of fun to be creative and show imagination and just have a good time with it. But I also did do, like everyone else, it seems, the church carnivals and stuff, which has always been fun. Even as an adult, Haley and I would dress up, and a farmer kind of recently, and she was a sheep, and we were there, and we had friends that were also part of the farm crowd. We were, and it just kind of cool. But I just enjoy the creativity of the whole thing. It's kind of fun to be a little different, goof off as a group together. But that's mine.
Gavin, that's awesome. I love that you and John and Stephen are all of the same.
It wasn't intentional, I don't think. I think all of us kind of just did our own thing, and then we told each other about it, but then it kind of, well, this is what I was going to do. So
I feel like there's not a more appropriate time than right now just to quote, "You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them." I don't know.
Stephen, that's awesome. All right. Well, I guess I'm last. Okay. I am not your everyday bee. Can anybody tell what I am? Can you tell?
Are you a murder hornet?
I am the queen bee murder hornet. Yes. So yesterday I was going to be a bee, and then yesterday morning I saw that they had in California, maybe Oregon, wherever they are, they think they've got the nest of the original killer bees that are here. But then today I saw that the queen bee is still missing, and they didn't get the queen bee, and that their stinger can actually sting through the suits that they wear to collect the bee stuff. So that's pretty deadly, isn't it? Anyway, I didn't grow up celebrating Halloween. My family, my mom and dad did not like Halloween, and it was not something that was part of our thing. And when we had our son, we participated in the Neowalla that our church did and harvest festivals and all that, and loved dressing him up, and made homemade costumes. I think I enjoyed that part more than anything. So much fun. Favorite probably was Woody and a pirate and all those good things. A couple of years we dressed my son Cutter and Amanda's daughter Madison up as characters of the same kind of movie, and that would be fun. But have lots of fond memories of harvest festivals in Neowalla at First Baptist Church. So
I think you all look fabulous. I just think it's marvelous how you dressed up today and made it awesome. Thank you for that.
Now that's a voice to go with your character. Well, I really appreciate everybody coming today and dressing up. I hope if you're watching, you have a great celebration this week. However you do that with your family or with the kids in your neighborhood, just be safe. And it was fun to be with everybody today. Okay, folks, let's say bye. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.